I tried to hold my stepdaughter's hand crossing the street, and she shoved me into traffic. Dan and I have been together for almost a year, and I've never loved anyone like this. So when Dan told me he had a 14-year-old daughter, I was terrified. Teenage daughters making their dad's girlfriends miserable. Silent treatments, slammed doors, years of tension. I loved Dan and wanted us to work more than anything, but I fully expected his daughter Maya to hate me before I even opened my mouth. But I was wrong. The first time we met, she saved me a seat next to her at dinner. She asked what kind of music I liked so she could play something I'd enjoy. Little things, but they meant everything. Honestly, she's one of the kindest people I've ever known. But last week changed everything. Maya came home from school looking off. Not crying, not angry, just quiet in a way that felt heavy. I asked if she was okay and she shrugged, said it was just a long day. I didn't push, but I hated seeing her like that. Then I got an idea. There's this ice cream shop a few blocks away that she loves. Her favorite is mint chocolate chip with extra sprinkles. I asked if she wanted to walk there with me, just the two of us. Her face lit up immediately. She grabbed her jacket before I even finished the sentence. The walk started off perfect. She told me about some drama with her friends, complained about her math teacher, laughed at a dog we passed. It felt easy, natural, like we'd been doing this forever. Then we got to the intersection. It's a busy street, cars flying by, not the kind of road you cross without paying attention. Maya was distracted, still talking, drifting a little too close to the curb. I didn't even think. I just reached out and grabbed her hand to pull her back. Everything changed in a second. Her face twisted into something I'd never seen before. Pure panic. Before I could say anything, she shoved me hard. I stumbled off the curb and into the street of cars driving by. A car swerved past me so close I felt the heat off the hood. I heard the screech of brakes, a horn blaring. Someone grabbed my arm and yanked me back onto the sidewalk. I don't even know who it was. When I turned around, Maya was gone. She had sprinted back toward the house. By the time I got home, my hands were still shaking. Dan's car was in the driveway. He met me at the door, and his face was something I'd never seen before. Cold, almost disgusted. What did you do to her? I tried to explain. I told him everything. The ice cream, the street, how I just grabbed her hand without thinking. He didn't respond. He just walked past me and went straight to Maya's room. The door closed. I stood in the hallway for what felt like an hour. When he finally came out, he wouldn't look at me. I think you should leave. She needs space. I didn't argue. I packed a bag and drove to my sister's apartment. I kept checking my phone, waiting for him to call, to explain, to tell me what I did wrong. Nothing. One day passed, then two. I barely slept. I replayed that moment over and over, trying to figure out what I missed. On the third day, my phone finally rang. Dan's voice was quiet. She wants to talk to you. Can you come over? I grabbed my keys before he even finished. I barely remember the drive over. I just remember pulling up and sitting in the car, trying to breathe. Dan opened the front door before I even knocked. He looked exhausted. He stepped aside and let me in without a word. Maya appeared behind him, face red and puffy. She was crying before she even opened her mouth. I'm so sorry, she choked out. I'm so sorry. She asked Dan to give us a minute. He squeezed her shoulder and stepped out. Maya sat on the edge of the couch, shaking. I sat next to her. My mom died when I was little, she started. We were crossing a street. I was holding her hand. She paused, steadying herself. I got scared and I let go. But when I let go of her hand, a car hit her and she died in front of me. She wiped her face, but the tears kept coming. I always thought maybe if I didn't let go, I could have pulled her out of the way, that I killed her. Her voice broke completely. When you grabbed my hand near that street, it all came back. I felt like I was reliving it again. She held my hand and said, "This week is also the anniversary of the day she died. That's why I couldn't hold it together. That's why Dad was so upset. I'm sorry I didn't tell you." I held her as she sobbed and said, "It wasn't your fault."